Hello, happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining me for another Saints and Angels Oracle deck reading. It is the final Friday here for November. It is November 29, 2024. A little bit later in the day than I'm used to doing my recordings at, but hey, my laptop is working now, so I'm super happy that I waited and took the time to do it now. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here, I do these Friday readings. Sort of a general card from Saints and Angels Oracle deck, and every month at the start of the month I do a theme from traditional tarot, and that gives us sort of the long theme or we'll work through for the whole month, and then our cards for Saints and Angels sort of speak to us on guidance points, practice points that we can anchor into or work towards and through with each week as we kind of unfold the messages for the month. So November we had dual message, which doesn't happen often at all. Two cards came out, and it was, or is still, the Nine of Swords and the card Judgment. And wow, you know, the time has spoken how the month has gone, really, of these points of judgment, of course, but the coming to fruition of these sort of whole thoughts of belief, these whole worlds of beliefs, sort of the who's, truth or not truth, or whatever, whatever ways you want to see that kind of wonderful pulling back of the curtain, exposing what is the truth and laying your own opinions on it, and calling things for what they are, which is really what the Judgment card is really about. And the Nine of Swords, of course, is sort of that culmination of all of your beliefs, your ideologies, even your, more frenetic kind of habitual thought patterns and things that you think about, how you perceive and make your way in the world. All of those really cut and dry pieces of you, I guess, is kind of what the Nine of Swords really always represents to me. So I was also thinking to myself this morning, perfect synchronicities and these wonderful sort of fluid alignments that we had to cards for the month. Because we also have here, not only was it a long month and we've had 5 Fridays to work through the messages, but also we have this transitional week into December here that gives us that wonderful threshold of what the 9 really is, that in-between time to stop, hold space, reflect on what is, reflect on these things that are whole concepts, meant to be seen, or done in a certain way, for what they are, and to give thanks for them, give appreciation for them, reflect on what it is, the good, the bad, the faults, and the strengths, to really make the judgments, right? To hold space for those and to make sure that we're trying to make unbiased judgments from this higher sight of the role of the observer, or your higher self, or someone a bit detached from the emotions and the entanglements, the energetic entanglements that come along with what the Swords honors and reflects. It's the way you cut the way in the world. Excuse me. The way you cut your way in the world, the way you make your way, what you stake all of your bets on. That's what the 9s are really all about. So I think it's a great, wonderful week to have this final kind of completion, transition time to really honor that, and to honor the large messages that really have been all of November. November flew by to me, but at the same time, it has been so long. It's so funny the paradox. I'm feeling such a strange in the middle of that paradox in time of things moving slowly, you know, the slow movement of the day, and how each day kind of takes a long time, and yet at certain points of perspective, the time has flown. It's really gone by so quickly. And the amazement of my sort of in-between neutrality to be able to observe both differences at different points, you know, it's brought a lot of lessons with it for me. It's brought a lot of clarity. It's brought a lot of excitement and newness into my life. So I'm going to leave it there for speaking on sort of all types of other things and what's brought us here today to this video and to our reading and our card for today. And let's prepare to be a good audience, right? Let's take a few moments to quiet down and to get down to business, what we're here for, right? So I'm going to lead us in a little bit of quiet centering, a quick little meditation. It's not anything crazy, so if you don't have the minute to sit down and you're doing something else, that's totally okay. Take your time doing what you're doing more consciously. You know, take time to really allow the messages and my words to permeate into yourself and your being, while you're being more attentive and more conscientious and mindful in whatever you're doing. But for those of us who can and who like to, I'm going to get myself comfortable and close my eyes, just shutting out the external a little bit better. You're welcome to do the same. You can watch the video if that's your thing too. That's cool. Or relax your gaze, you know, like I say sometimes, just look gently past your nose and sort of cut out the external distractions. Say goodbye to the external world for a few and just really center and focus on yourself. Best way to do that, right? Of course, is closing the eyes gently down. But the second step is the breath. The mind follows the breath. Almost like a welcoming home, this becomes to those of us who practice meditation, contemplation, and introspection regularly. The eyes close down so gratefully, creating beautiful darkness, empty slate, inky blackness, resting those eye muscles, resting the face, breathing relaxation into the face, the eyes, the mind. The mind follows the breath. So breathe gently, breathe slowly, breathe gracefully. Take this time to listen to your breath for a moment, to your body and lungs, to your nose and mouth, to your throat and ears, feeling how those are so intermingling, intertangled, entwined in the business of breathing. They each have their own role to play, place to fill. Breathe into them and feel how it feels for a moment. Again, breathing relaxation into the muscles, the skin, in the tissue, all the joints and bones, the face, the throat, the ears, back of the head, and the neck. Feeling the breath maybe now even moving further through the forehead, top of the head and the crown. Maybe even moving down further into the shoulders, the collarbone. Feeling how the breath expands, moving through so many places and spaces in the body. The front of the chest, the rib cage, the lungs. Moving up and down, side to side. 360 degrees. Maybe pulling the breath even further. Seeing it filling down through the bottom of the lungs. All the ribs move. The mid-back, the abdomen even. Stretching, expanding, gently contracting and releasing, letting go. Maybe you can feel the great depth available now in your being, in your breath, all the way down, past the abdomen to the pit of the belly, to the root of you, to the base of the spine. Feel that breath down in the cavernous spaces. Gently, don't force or make it too much. Notice how maybe the breath has been going there all along. You don't have to make it a deep, huge journey down. Extensive inhales even. But that the quiet inhale, the easy breath, makes its way instantly all the way down there. And an easy, grateful puff, release of exhale is all that's needed. Feel the quiet stillness of the outer body, the extremities, fingers, toes, the legs and arms, the head, those things which are usually so busy doing things, so actionary. They help us, they carry us to do what we like to do, what we see inside the mind. forth within the spirit, what's birthed within our hearts. But now we sit so quietly, we honor them, have gratitude for all the doing by just being still and letting the breath bring in love, bring in nutrients, relaxation, appreciation and support into all the crevices, extremities, all those places that are so fast moving. Things pass by so fleeting, done and on to the next, and moving and stepping, and grasping and letting go, looking and looking there, turning and sitting, standing, moving, hugging, holding, reaching, stepping up, stepping down. But for now, let it all go. Thank it for those things deeply by breathing love deeply into you, into those spaces, into fingernails and finger toes and tips, into the backs of the knees, the wrinkles, into all of those joints, into the corners, the crevices, those places, vertices, inwards and outwards facing, posterior and anterior. Breathe into the duality of you. The joints, the lungs, the organs, the tissues, the organ systems. The breath knows all the spaces. So again, let the mind follow the breath. As emotion, appreciation, all of these wonderful frequencies ride with the breath. Consciousness rides on the breath as love and nutrients and support ride your breath inwards. Follow the journey. Maybe you notice it's long, or maybe it's instantaneous again. Been there all along. Sensing now within the body all those things which are meant to be, doing good work. Thank them, honor them. Also noticing all those things which are no longer necessary, needed within. Letting the exhale carry them away. Taking a moment to see that beautiful cycle of alchemy, breathing in fresh air and nutrients, breathing out CO2, staleness, all that no longer serves. Fresh in, warmth on the exhale. Using that breath cycle to bring you back to the present moment, physicality, to your place and space in our now moment. As I prepare to ring my bowl, you prepare to open your eyes. Beautiful. My phone is going off, obviously. Thanksgiving, probably. After fact messages, perhaps. As I take my deck out here and prepare, we thank our saints and angels for their ever-present energies and for their attention and love and light. We feel their presence and callings as well. We thank them for their attention. As we prepare here on the 29th of November to have our final message of November in this such a umbrella of finality in itself, our messages of the Nine of Swords and Judgment for this month. We ask our beautiful saints and angels for their final message in this transitory week here of reflection and contemplation, as I've already mentioned. Perhaps you'd like to speak on that or something totally new. I'd love that as well. We thank you for your unique impressions, and we ask you for divine guidance and support for this week to come here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As I shuffle my deck here. Oops. Oop, I've got turnarounds. Okay, realignments, I love it. Final notions here, and that's it. Oh, it fell right out of my lap. Optimism. Keep it optimistic this week with your guardian angel. I love it. Another guardian angel card. We have the strength within us. We have our tool belt. We are doing such good work here. Keep it going. Keep it flowing in your power, in your life, doing your inner work. Keep it optimistic. Let's read our card here. Oh, I love that card. Optimism is the word. You're right to feel optimistic in this situation, as there is much to be hopeful about. Oh, I love it, and yes, there is so much to be hopeful about. Your guardian angel has witnessed all your hopes, dreams, and aspirations, and knows that this new situation is a true answer to your prayers. Thank you. Your angel sees behind the scenes details about what's ahead for you and is giving you the message that it's all good. Your optimistic outlook keeps you cheerful and pleasant as the situation unfolds. Your positive nature is attractive and makes people want to help you. That is something I've spoken on so many times in so many aspects about beauty, and really beauty coming from within, and the fact that beauty is in the eye of the beholder as well. And when we hold a beautiful resonance, not only do we look more beautiful and send out more beautiful energies, but holding the beautiful resonance in itself is the eye of the beholder. It is looking for beauty out there, and we see people more beautifully. We see life more beautifully, and that's what inspires the beautiful movements that people find so beautiful about you. So it's that pay it forward positive system in itself, you know. I love that. Your positive, oh no, I read that already. If others don't believe in your dreams, don't worry about it. Stay upbeat and try to avoid naysayers. And especially the naysayers within ourselves, right? Give them love. Ask them, well, why are you saying that? And truly try to figure it out within yourself. Studies show that optimistic people live healthier, happier, and longer lives. Keep expecting the best out of life because you truly get what you expect. Yes, we do. And if that's really, the least you could get out of that message, that's the biggest impression right there. And I'm going to repeat it, right? Keep expecting the best out of life because you truly do get what you expect. So thank you. Thanks for listening. Happy Friday. Happy Thanksgiving. If you're here part of America, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful weekend, and I hope it's restful and full of peace. And I will see you next Friday.